everybody, Yom Tov. I hope everybody's feeling cool today and you're getting ready to start your weekend. And whatever it is that you're planning to do, considering all the restrictions that we're living under at the moment, then I just hope that you're going to have the best time that you possibly can. It's amazing the sort of things I think we've learned how to do living under these conditions, isn't it? The amount of things you've got to do indoors as opposed to outdoors. But that's the new normal, isn't it really? Right, well, this is just another one of our Around the Kitchen Table videos, and I'm sorry it's not one of my true crime or reading stories, or like tonight with it being, typically paranormal night. But I'm going to sort of start afresh when I come back after all the dental procedures and that are all finished with and done. I wanted to apologise for not answering everybody's comments underneath the last video. I'll be honest with you, I found them very, very overwhelming. The amount of loving care and affection and kindness, and I did say at the time that I was still finding all the kindness, I mean, it's not sad tears or anything like that, but I would just break down and cry. So there's been an element of that involved, and I didn't want you to think I'm being ungrateful, because I'm not. I am deeply grateful and deeply humbled for every single comment that I've received. And I will answer all of you. I will. Since I spoke to you last, well, let's put it this way. I had hoped that the start of 2021 would be a bit brighter, okay? I mean, I know we're still under these restrictions, but I'd hoped that, for me personally, things would get better and brighter. But in the last week, it's been sort of, well, just over a week, it's been like a kind of bag of mixed blessings. Because last week, as a bolt out of the blue, I was contacted by my elder brother's daughter. I haven't seen her for, goodness me, it must be, 18 years. It was another one of those arguments orchestrated by my late mother, who was very happy to spill poison. So our children would end up fighting and arguing and just not speaking to each other. And these things happen in life, right? But anyway, it was to tell me that my older brother, Bobby, has stage 4 terminal stomach and liver cancer, and it's metastasized. It's a hell of a word to try and say, isn't it? The last time I saw Bobby, I think it was 2003. I think it was 2003. Might have been 2004, but 2003 seems to be ringing a bell with me. Yeah, it was 2003, 2004. Anyway, and we sort of had met up and what have you, and everything was fine, and we were getting along fine, and then she dug her claws in because we were getting along fine, and she just could not stand any of us having a decent relationship with each other. So, anyway, to cut a long story short, at most, really, really pushing it, Bobby's got 3 months. Realistically, excuse me, he's got maybe 4 to 6 weeks. It's his birthday on Tuesday, the 26th. He's going to be 70. So he's 10 years older than I am. Of course, my first reaction, apart from the shock, was, right, I'm going down to see him. And, you know, I said to my husband, right, Bobby's in the hospital at the moment. I want to go down and see him. So I want to go as soon as possible. When can we go? And he reminded me that we can't go because of the COVID restrictions. And of course, I now finally understand what it's like when you're going to lose a loved one and you can't go near them. So, as you can imagine, I took that really badly. And you see, all I wanted to do was, because don't get me wrong, I'm human, I make mistakes, I've told you that lots of times. And I wanted to hold my brother's hand and ask him to forgive me if he could for all the times I was a pain in the backside and annoyed him, for all the times I'd said things I shouldn't have said. I mean, we weren't the sort that would like get into fights or anything like that. There was no like me slapping him or him slapping me or anything like that. No. It was never anything like that. It was just nasty exchanges between us, you know, as these things happen. And I suppose in my head, I just thought, you know, they're always going to live forever. We do, don't we? We think someone's going to be there forever. I just wanted to hold his hand and tell him I loved him. And I can't do that. one of the reasons being that I can't do that is the hospital where he is, the two men he shares the ward with, have both been tested positive for COVID. So Bobby's now had to be tested for COVID. So that means there were plans to get him back home as opposed to going into a hospice, which he doesn't want to do. He wants to be at home with his wife and his children. But that's now all being put on hold. So the plan is at the moment he has to stay for the next 2 weeks in hospital. Obviously, find out what the results are from his COVID test. And then once he gets the all clear, he's going to go home. They're going to be given, for the duration, a hospital bed. And we're just going to wait it out. But even then, with the COVID restrictions, I still can't go and see him. And unless there's some change between now and the next 6 weeks, where you are allowed to have 6 in the house or something like that, then, you know, one thing though, I did manage to talk to him today. He does get groggy with the medication and the pain relief that he has to take, and but we had a 10-minute chat today where I could understand what he was trying to tell me. And he called me something that I hadn't heard him call me in years. I said to him, listen to me, and I want you to believe me when I tell you that I love you. And he said, oh, I know you do, you silly little monkey. I've always been here for you, and I'll always be here for you. I've also reconnected with my younger sister, my baby sister, because my brother's daughter has run round the family. Some of the family don't want to see him because of past family bad blood. But my little sister and I do. So all we're doing, all we can do is just phone him, send him texts. I've sent him a birthday card. my big brother has always been there, you know. Even when we didn't speak for years, I knew roughly where he was, and he knew where I was. And even if or when we had falling outs, if either of us knew that the other one needed them, we would be there for each other. I was really sad to find out that his son, Michael, died 10 years ago. My nephew had Down syndrome. He was a lovely lad. He was. Passed away in his sleep. He had pneumonia. There's one thing that Bobby and I agreed on when I spoke to him today. You know, we're going to fight this thing right to the bitter end. And I've told him, you know, I'm going to keep pushing him. We're going to fight this thing. And if things go a certain way, then they go a certain way. And we just have to learn to deal with it. I think there was a couple of things that he said to me that I really had to bite back the tears. But, you know, oh, God, there was, sorry, I've lost it. He said, I'm not daft, I know I'm going to leave a load of broken hearts behind me. And I said, oh God, yes. I said, you definitely will leave a lot of broken hearts behind. So, the moral of the story today, guys, take it from me. If you have a falling out with a family member, if it can be healed, heal it. Life is too short. I have said that to people so many times over the years. And I thought I understood really what it meant when I lost Suze. And then I thought I understood what it meant when I lost Lorraine. But unless we have a miracle, I'm going to lose Bobby. And it's really driven it home to me now. So, do what you can to heal rifts. And, you know, I know they say you can choose, you can't choose your family, but you can choose your friends, you know. And it's not about blood being thicker than water. I mean, yeah, there is an element of that. But then how do you explain people who fall in love and spend their lives together and are devoted to each other, and there's no blood link between them, but they've got this sort of built-in loyalty to each other? It's one of those things where I wish I'd had more time. I wish we'd had more time. But the time we have, I'm going to make the most of it and phone him regularly. I'm not going to bombard him with calls, but I'll call him every other day. And you know what else I'm going to ask you to do is do things that bring you joy. Do things that bring a smile to your face. Every day, choose one thing that makes you smile. Whether it's listening to music, watching a movie, watching an old TV show, whether it's playing a musical instrument, drawing, sketching, painting, whether it's doing your makeup, whether it's buying makeup, shopping online, watching YouTube videos, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Do something that makes you smile and that brings you joy. You know, you don't have to go anywhere and not wear nice perfume. So if you've got a bottle of nice perfume that you normally save for special occasions, just splash it all over yourself. You know? Have the biggest bubble bath that you've had in years, you know. Just do something that makes you smile and makes you happy. And do something every day. And make the most of every single day. No matter what it is. Even if you cuddled yourself up and found a favourite book and decided you're just going to wrap yourself up in a big blanket and read that book all day. Do what makes you happy. Because, you know, I do believe there's an afterlife. I do. And I believe that when it's my time, I will go and be with the people I love. And I know I'm going to see Suze again. And I'm going to see Lorraine again. And when it's Bobby's turn, I will see him again. It's the now that's the part that hurts. And I've spent a lot of today crying. I'm finding it really hard going. I'm being upbeat for him. Hi there, how are you? How are you doing? And inside, I just want to scream the place down and say why. I'm not kidding you guys, I am only human. And my ex-monster-in-law is 88 years old. She was rotten to me when I was married to her second coming Messiah. And there's nothing wrong with her, and she's still here. And yet, my brother, you know, and it's the unfairness of it all, isn't it? I don't know, what do you think? I wouldn't be surprised if you thought I was just a nasty person. But I've always said to you, what you see is what you get. I am me. This is it. You know, there isn't anything else. There's only me. Right? There is purely only this. And Anyway, I'm sorry to have been again so downbeat with this one. I wanted to bring something more positive to you before I get my treatment done on Tuesday, and then it's literally waiting for the healing to take place. And once that healing is done, I will be back. And I'm going to start anew. And I'm not just going to read stories that hopefully make you smile. I'm going to be reading them because they make me smile. You know, and the way we have this channel, The Haven, I honestly feel we are a community of friends who I imagine in my head, because some of you I can see your pictures, so I know what you look like. And I just imagine you all milling around in the kitchen, helping put the kettle on, make yourself a cup of tea, cup of coffee, making yourself a sandwich, you know, making some chips, you know, not fries, I mean like what you'd call, well yeah, you'd call them fries, we'd call them chips, but the difference is honestly ours are thicker and fatter, and yours are much thinner, but you know what I mean. So, making a burger, just sitting down, and everything we do, every story that I tell you, it's just us sitting down, talking to each other, because I think what we have is unique. I really do. It is literally you and me around the kitchen table, and we're all talking to each other. It's not like a really formal video where I'm sitting here and I'm just reporting a story to you. It's not like that. I can't do that. All I can do is read your story, possibly do the odd ad lib, or make a comment that I think is a viable comment to make in the story that's there. Or like when I'm doing the true crime, I read you and say, well, you know, what do you think? And then you do, which is wonderful. And there's going to be more of that in the future. And I've been thinking a lot about things I want to do, and I want to turn the notch up a little bit, you know. I'm not quite sure what the outcome's going to be, but I pray it won't be boring, because that's the last thing I want to do, is be boring. You know, who wants boring, eh? I don't know if I'm still going to be doing this when I'm 80, but I'll tell you something. If I can do this when I'm 80, and if I can manage to look 60, then I think I'll be all right. Because I got told I only look 50. Now, you know what? Whether it was just a bit of a fib or what, I don't really care. Because it was just the fact that somebody said, oh, you look 50. And they were amazed that I was 60. And I'm like, do you know, if anybody just said I look 55, I'd snap their hand off. But to be told I look 10 years younger than I am, I was really chuffed. I was. So, anyway, yet again I haven't looked at the clock to find out what time I started yakking to you. I apologise, but that's me. I always say I'm going to do things, I end up never doing them. But I'm going to love you and leave you. Please wish me luck for Tuesday. And I will do my very best to answer all the comments from both videos you know, if you just give me time, I will get round and talk to all of you. And thank you all personally, each and every one of you. But I hope this just explains what's happening with me personally at the moment. I hope you can understand where my head is at. And just one final thing. Can I have your prayers, please? Can I ask again for your prayers for my brother? Be really grateful. Thank you. Take care. I love you all. And I'll see you all again very, very soon. Bye for now. Bye-bye.